Hi guys, and welcome to the first lesson in our ratios topic. Your aim for today is to be able to write ratios in their most simple form. So simplifying a ratio is a lot like simplifying a fraction. We are looking for the biggest number that we can divide into the number on each side. So for example 1, we've been asked to simplify 12 to 48. My first thought here is they're both even, so we could divide by 2. They are both also in my 4 times table, so I'm going to try my 4 times table first. So 12 divided by 4 is going to leave me with 3, and 48 divided by 4 is going to give me 12. And then again, they're both in my 3 times table, so I can simplify again to get 1 on the left hand side and then 4 on the right hand side. I've got down to 1 to something. Nothing is going to go into both of those numbers, so 1 to 4 is the most simple form. So your rule for today is that we must divide the two sides by the same number. Okay, so for example 2, we're going to simplify a couple of different ratios here. For 90 to 80, my first thought is that I can divide by 10 straight away by chopping off those zeros. So that's going to go down to 9 to 18. They are both then in my 9 times table, so I can divide by 9 to get down to 1 to 2. 72 to 66, they're both even, so they're definitely in my 2 times table, but I know that they are both in my 6, so let's try 6. It's always good to try a bigger number, or as big as you can spot first, to make the numbers smaller quicker. So 6 can go into 7 once with a remainder of 1, and that leaves me with 2, so that's 12. And then 6 goes into 66 11 times. 12 and 11 are not in the same times table anywhere, so I can't divide by anything else. So even though we've not got down to 1 to something, or something to 1, this is the most simple form we can have it in. For 68 and 24, they're both even, so they're both in my 2 times table. I reckon that they should both be in my 4 times table. Let's give that a go. So first of all, I know that 24 is made up of 6 4s. For 68 though, 4 goes into 6 once with a remainder of 2, and 4 goes into 28 7 times. 17 and 6 are not in the same times table, so again that is that one fully simplified. An important thing we need to know for our ratio simplifying is that our ratio should always contain whole numbers and no decimals. So 2 to 3 is 2 whole numbers, so that's okay. But 5.3 to 4.4 we don't like because there's decimals there. 11.2 to 4, again, there's a decimal, so that's not a simplified ratio. 71 to 100 is though. So even though there's no 1 to something, like 1 to 3, 1 to 17, the two ratios at either end are okay, but the two in the middle we don't like because they have a decimal point. If we were given a ratio with a decimal point, the first thing I would do is multiply by 10 to move everything up a place, and that is going to get rid of my decimal there. So times that by 10 to get 96, and whatever we do to one side we must do to the other, so that is going to give me 42. I'm going to try dividing by 6. So 42 is made up of 7 6s. 6 goes into 9 once, carry the 3, and 6 goes into 36 6 times. So I've got 16 to 7 there. And that is me now properly simplified that question. Example number 4. In a group of people, we have 75 blondes, 25 redheads, and 45 brunettes. We have to write down the ratio of blonde to redheads to brunettes in its most simple form. So blonde, I'll do BL for blonde, R for redheads, and BR for brunettes. So 75 25 and 45. We need to remember with ratios that it is important what order we are writing our numbers in. So if you are asked for blonde to red to brunettes, it must be blonde to redheads to brunettes. Hopefully you can spot that all three of these numbers end in a 5. So I am going to divide all three numbers by 5. So that is going to be 15, 5 and 9. Now 15 and 5 are in my 5 times table, but 9 isn't. 15 and 9 are in my 3 times table, but 5 isn't. So I cannot do any more simplifying here. That is my ratio fully simplified, because I need to be able to divide all of the numbers in the ratio by the same one. So 15 to 5 to 9 is the most simple form I can have here. Well done guys for finishing section 1. You can either give the questions a go now, or you can continue with the video onto section 2 and do all of the questions at the end. We're now going to have a look at ratio calculations. So we're learning how to use ratios to solve problems. So sometimes we're able to use our ratios to solve problems and not just simplify them down. So in Miss Somerville's class, there are 8 pupils wearing skirts. If the ratio of pupils wearing skirts to trousers is 1 to 2, how many pupils are wearing trousers? So the first thing we're told is that the ratio is skirts to trousers, and that is 1 to 2. So skirts to trousers then is given as 1 to 2. And the other piece of information we're given is that 8 pupils are wearing skirts. So 8 is going to have to go underneath S for skirt. Now, just like our simplifying, we're thinking, how can I get from 1 to 8 using my timesing or dividing? Well, 8 is made up of 8 ones, and whatever I've done to one side, I need to do to the other. So I'm going to do 2 times by 8 to give me 16. So there are 16 pupils wearing trousers. And that's us answered the question. We were just asked how many are wearing trousers, and we've said 16. A school has a ratio of 1 to 3 pupils who live in Greensville and Fallstown. 300 come from Greensville. We want to know how many live in Fallstown. So it's not said explicitly, but because our ratio is given in the order of 1 to 3, and then the towns are given in the ratio of Greensville and then Fallstown, then it is going to be the matching order. So G first and then F, so 1 first and then 3. We're told that 300 come from Greensville, so I'm thinking, how have I got from 1 to 300? Well, we have multiplied by 300, and I'm going to multiply on the other side by 300 as well to give me 900. So 900 pupils live in Fallstown. How many pupils attend this school in total? Well, we know that 300 come from Greensville and 900 come from Fallstown. So when we add that together, we have 1,200 pupils in total. So all I did there was add up my 2 final answers. Our ratio won't always be 1 to something though. So for example 3, in a pet shop, rabbits and guinea pigs are sold in a ratio of 2 to 3. So for every 2 rabbits we sell, 3 guinea pigs are also sold. We're told that we have sold 8 rabbits and want to work out how many guinea pigs are sold. So this time I'm thinking, how many 2s are going to give me 8? So hopefully we all know that 4 2s give us 8. And I'm going to multiply by the same number on the right hand side. So 3 times by 4 is going to give me 12. So 12 guinea pigs are sold. Last year 513 guinea pigs were sold. We want to know how many rabbits were also sold. So using the same ratio as above, the 2 to 3, but this time we're told that it's 513 guinea pigs. Now, looking at this, you're probably thinking, I'm not sure what times by 3 is going to give me 513. But remember, our opposite of multiplying is dividing. So to work out what we multiply by, we just need to do a quick division. So 3 goes into 5 once, carry the 2. 3 goes into 21 7 times, and then 3 goes into 3 just once. So we multiplied by 171. So we also need to multiply by 171, and that is going to be 342. And again, just to make sure, we're selling less rabbits than we sell guinea pigs, so it makes sense that the 342 is smaller than my 513. So we've got 342 rabbits are sold. Example number 4, Anna, Ben and Carol have a ratio of ages of 3 to 1 to 2. So Anna, Ben and Carol, 3 to 1 to 2. And we're told that Anna is 18. So this time I'm thinking, how many 3's are going to give me 18? And hopefully we should all know our times tables enough to work out that it's 6. So I need to multiply everything else by 6 to get the right ratio. So 1 times by 6 is 6, and 2 times by 6 is 12. So Ben is 6 years old, and Carol is 12 years old. And that is us finished with finding how old her siblings are. Well done for sticking with today's lesson, guys. This is you at the end of section 2. Here I've got 5 questions for us to work through on our calculations, and then on the next section here's our final 3 questions for us to try. If we are having any issues, pop them in our Teams chat and I will get back to you as quick as I can. Good luck with the questions, guys, and I will see us in our next lesson.